What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Cosmic Wonder. I'm Warren Thompson, and this morning the case for Jonathan Majors has begun. Most people know that Jonathan Majors not too long ago was arrested. He was charged with some assault cases and more against his girlfriend at the time, which we have recently found out actually worked on the set of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. But this morning, he appeared in court virtually in the Manhattan District Attorney's Office, and they made a public superseding complaint with a charge of third-degree assault. So that is what he is facing right now, a misdemeanor, and it has a maximum possible sentence of up to 12 months, a year behind bars, or a 3-year probation term. So right now, unfortunately, Jonathan Majors could, not will, not until the hearing is done, but could possibly go to prison for a year. We have an account from Deadline of what exactly happened this morning with the case of Jonathan Majors in court. So we're going to read it from Deadline. We're going to get the cold hard facts, and then we're going to break it down. And this is coming straight from Deadline's website, straight from the courthouse. So this is not rumors. This is not coming from TMZ. It's an actual account of what happened today during court. And it's pretty interesting because apparently, according to his lawyer, he has a lot more evidence that has recently come out with video proof, but we'll get into that as we go over what happened here. So here is what Deadline said. Barely visible to the gallery on screens, facing away from the seats, Majors, Jonathan Majors, did not enter a plea to the new charge. In fact, dressed in a beige shirt and against a pale off-white background on screen, Majors had little to say Tuesday beyond "yes, ma'am" to Judge Rachel S. Pauley. The next hearing in the matter has been set for June 13th. The judge told Majors he has to appear in person for that. She said, "I'm required to inform you that, as you know, if you fail to appear in court on June 13th, a warrant can be issued for your arrest within 48 hours, and if you're brought back on the warrant, the next judge can revoke and even set bail. I obviously don't want that to happen." Additionally, Judge Pauley reminded the conference and Majors that he must abide by the order of protection barring him from any contact with the woman in question. Outside of court today, Majors' lawyer, Priya Chaudhry, was blistering in her assessment of the DA's case. She stated, "We have provided the district attorney with irrefutable evidence that the woman is lying, including video proof showing nothing happened, especially where she claimed." The lawyer continued to state, "We did this with the explicit promise from the DA that they would not fix their case and change it as we proved the woman is lying. This is a witch hunt against Jonathan Majors, driven by baseless claims." His lawyer went on to say, citing a glaring double standard in a statement directly to Deadline, stating, "Instead of dismissing the allegations in the face of the woman's clear lies, the DA has adjusted the charges to match the woman's new lies. To be clear, there are no new charges against Mr. Majors." Without providing any details, she added this, "Now, we have obtained even more video evidence of his innocence, but we are hesitant to share it for fear the DA will tip the woman off to change her story again. The criminal justice system is saturated with explicit and implicit bias. When Mr. Majors showed a white police officer the injuries the woman caused him, the white officer got in Mr. Majors' face and taunted him, saying that if the officer were to slap Mr. Majors, the officer wouldn't break his finger. None of the white officers present investigated the assault of Mr. Majors. Worse, the district attorney has not indicated any intention to pursue charges against the woman or even investigate the truth." And for those of you who may not be aware, the woman stated that he broke her finger, but Jonathan Majors stated that she was actually the one assaulting him, slapping him. So basically what the officer was saying here is, you can't break your finger by slapping somebody. If he were to slap Jonathan Majors, he's not going to break his finger. Jonathan Majors was essentially saying, "She slapped me," but she was saying her finger was broken because of him, basically stating he assaulted her and in that process broke her finger. So essentially they were saying that immediately from when the police got on the scene, they were biased against Jonathan Majors and against him and for the woman. Let's go ahead and finish this article because it gets everybody up to speed on just everything that is happening right now professionally with Jonathan Majors' life, including his work with Marvel. Deadline states that in the time between his arrest on March 25th and today, Majors' previously high-flying career trajectory has been in a tailspin. While still on board for the completed season 2 of Marvel's Loki and upcoming Avengers movies so far, the actor has been dropped by MAJORS 360 Entertainment and PR team The Lid Company. MAJORS has lost at least one movie role, as well as at least 2 ad campaigns. Still represented by WME, the actor has faced rumors of other incidents and inappropriate behavior, but no one nor any concrete evidence has emerged on that front. And this is true. The moment that he got arrested, a bunch of people on Twitter that apparently worked with him before came out and kind of said that he wasn't exactly the best person. However, like Deadline says, they offered no actual evidence for their claims. Deadline states, what is on the police record is a complaint from the DA's office on MAJORS on March 25th, striking the woman about the face with an open hand, causing substantial pain and a laceration behind the ear. In what the NYPD later called a domestic dispute, MAJORS allegedly forcefully took the woman's hand, causing swelling, bruising, and substantial pain to her finger, and supposedly put his hand on her neck. In the superseding information submitted today, the neck reference was gone, but the DA's paperwork now also said, I further observed the defendant grab my right arm, placed it behind my body, and used his hands to twist my right forearm and right middle finger, causing substantial pain to my right forearm and right middle finger. So basically, the woman took back what she said about his hand being on her neck and changed the story to add something new about him grabbing the arm and also grabbing her middle finger, which is not the finger she said before. It ends by stating, citing text messages and security camera footage from the end of March, MAJORS' lawyer Chaudhary has repeatedly reiterated her client's initial not guilty plea and insisted that he is the victim here, not the aggressor. It has been confirmed by law enforcement that it was MAJORS who called 911 the night of the incident. Late last month, MAJORS' team agreed to a full temporary order of protection being granted for the woman in question from the March 25th incident. This is the standard in cases such as this, and we consented because Mr. MAJORS wants nothing to do with the woman who assaulted him, his lawyer told Deadline on April 27th. Like today, the lawyer has previously criticized the NYPD officers on the scene that night at MAJORS' apartment. Chaudhary, his lawyer, claims the cops were coaching the alleged victim to accuse Mr. MAJORS of assault, even pantomiming what she should say. And the last line that Deadline states in this article says, whether that comes up in the motion the defense filed today, to be discussed at next month's hearing, remains to be seen. So essentially, Jonathan Majors, his lawyer, and his team are arguing that this woman was being coached by the police on what exactly to say to make it look better for her to press charges against Jonathan Majors. And as Deadline stated, she kind of changed her story. It went from her saying that he broke her finger and grabbed her neck to her saying that he grabbed her arm and put it behind her back, and he bruised her middle finger, which is a different finger. So Chaudhary, Jonathan Majors' lawyer, is essentially saying that this is kind of a witch hunt and they are simply out to get Jonathan Majors. She also claimed, as you heard, that they provided irrefutable evidence, meaning they should have enough evidence presented to the court that Jonathan Majors actually did nothing wrong, and the police even confirmed that he was the one who called 911 about the situation because he was allegedly getting assaulted by her. They also had testimonies from the cab driver and people outside of the cab when he got out as well. She also says they have even more evidence, but they are afraid to present it to the court because they are afraid that they are going to once again coach the woman who's the alleged victim in this situation to kind of change her story around this evidence. So again, we're trying to remain impartial here. We're simply waiting for the final court decision, but it does sound like Jonathan Majors does have a lot of evidence. However, it does seem like things are kind of against him right now, and he could face up to a year in prison if things don't work out his way and he gets found guilty of these charges. If he gets found guilty of these charges, Marvel Studios will most likely have to drop him as Kang the Conqueror and recast him, especially considering he'll be in prison for a year. So right now it's just a waiting game to see what happens on the next court date. But of course, if we hear anything else in the meantime, we'll be sure to do an update video. So be sure to subscribe and click that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of the latest videos. We also have a giveaway right now where we're giving away a PS5, an Xbox Series X, Marvel Legends items, and some DC items as well. All you got to do to enter, subscribe to the channel, and leave comments on our videos. We pick a winner at the end of each month at random. You can always follow us on Instagram and Twitter as well. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.